mixing the titles up. Yep.
All right, sister track to Michigan, but I just think it's a whole lot different here. I didn't have my sound on for some reason, but it just feels a whole lot different out here, Steve. You noticed that you turned a lap or two. What do you think? What's your rendition of this track?
You better take your right foot to school. You aren't going to lay in it all the way around. I only had a few laps with his setup, and the back end was getting a little squirrely on me. I'm sure with some laps it would improve, but yeah, you aren't going to hold it wide open. It's probably going to make for some real exciting races, and you're going to have a little patience.
That's for sure. Well, we're coming down to the 4.5 minute mark here until they do go qualifying. We're a little late getting started here. I had some technical difficulties, if you could imagine that. But we'll get to it here just in a few minutes. I hated for it to be late, but things happen, I guess. Computers do have issues. So one of these days I'd still like to figure out why that does that.
Yeah, that's weird.
Updating trading paints. Make sure that that's 2 times. Make sure that they are updating. Tonight I'm going to update about 17 times. Because I did it 3 times last week and it obviously wasn't enough. Because nobody's car paint. I'm just going to about, as soon as it gets all done updating, I'm going to update it again. When it gets all done updating, I'm going to update it again. I don't know what else to do with it. You know, I mean, half the people that last week their cars showed up, paints were there, and the other half didn't.
Yeah, last night the guys were saying that update, we're making the paints appear pronto, no waiting, so yeah. Maybe that update kind of took care of it.
I hope so. I mean, I don't know what more I can do about it. You know, I mean, that's a trading paints iRacing thing. I don't have a dog in that fight.
Nope, you sure don't.
All right, coming down to the 2 minute mark here, we're going to be off and running here for 120 laps. I think this is going to be a pretty long race here tonight, Steve. One that's going to take a lot of concentration here by these drivers. Make sure they're hitting their marks in and off the turns. You know, I've noticed going in, sometimes it feels a little bit loose in one turn, but coming off it feels really good on the other turn. So 1 and 2 seems to be very good. Truck seems to settle in good and come off good, but 3 and 4 is just a whole lot different.
That's kind of what I was feeling when I was running around. I'm looking at my ping here, Rudy, and it's like 491. Is it going to boot me when the race starts?
Just don't withdraw.
Should I jump out now and get back in?
No,
okay.
Just don't withdraw. Close your browser out, and when you open your browser back up, all you got to do is just rejoin.
Okay.
You know, don't withdraw.
Wow.
It could be a server thing too, because well, you've been having issues, haven't you?
It's just a power outage. Not everybody else is like their pings are killing me.
Wow.
Well, I'll be prepared, so I won't withdraw. I'll just hop out and back in. Sometimes that cures that. Yeah, I've been here before and didn't have any trouble, so probably just my connection this time. Oh, I wanted to ask you, the number 3 truck, Rod Ronimus?
Yeah.
Senior? Ronimus? Okay.
Ronimus, yeah, you don't need to say senior. These guys know who they are. You say Rod Ronimus, I don't know.
I think I got everybody else pretty.
Yeah, pretty, these names are pretty good here. Accardi, Ronimus, Carsley. All right, looks like they're
Hellebo? Tor? Hellebo? Helleboo? Number 74?
I guess Hellebo. Hellebo or Hellebo? Hellebo?
Yeah, okay.
All right, so let's bring up the qualifying here and see where everybody qualifies. I really don't have a lot of info on this track. This actually is I think the second race that I broadcasted here, so I really don't have a lot of info. All I know that it is a 2-mile track. How these trucks react on here, I don't have that info. You know, other tracks I got a lot of experience on and can sit here and ramble on about them for an hour, but this track actually new to iRacing and new to myself as well, and I don't have that info, you know, to the stats that I can throw out there for you. All I know is it's 2 mile and it's a pretty fast track. These guys do have a good open setup here, and seems to be working well with them. They've been practicing for all week, putting up servers every day and doing a lot of practicing out here. So I expect to see a good race by these guys. I don't think we're going to see a lot of cautions, but you know, when you start getting a lot of guys in there and you're running on the edge, things do happen. Hence, that's why they call them accidents.
Yeah, we'll probably be paying the most attention to 3 and 4. That's probably where we're going to see a lot of the accidental bumps.
Yeah, I think so. And there is even though this isn't really it's a new track to iRacing, but it's really not that old of a track per se. I noticed there is some bumps in 1. If you notice, going into 1, there's a little bit of a bump, and going into 3, there's a little bit of a bump. So, and that's just enough to upset the truck here and get it a little bit out of shape. And so we may see some problems, and I think you're right, Steve. It's going to be 3 and 4. I think is where we're going to see most of the problems.
Yeah, that's where I kind of was. I really didn't get a grip on it, but my 1 and 2 turns were really smooth if you hit the throttle in the right manner. But boy, I don't know. I couldn't find a mark I think I got 3 or 4 laps. I couldn't get the mark getting into 3 and 4, and every single time I didn't get the mark, it was the back end start wanting to come around on me, and I had to lift up a lot on the gas.
Well, Jonathan Taylor coming in with a 40.635, pretty fast lap. I mean, quite a bit, you know, faster than even like third place there, Mark Maffitt with a 40.801. I mean, ooh, that's quite a little bit of difference there. 10th and a half.
Yeah, that's kind of unusual. Usually these guys just kind of almost run right in a pretty good order.
Yeah, I mean, the top two there running sixes, and it looks like, you know, the rest of them running eights and nines, so, yeah. William Keogh. It's just pronounced Keogh, not Kehoe. Keogh.
Yo.
Yep. Just pretend the H is not in there. H is silent. It's Keogh. Like K-E-Y,
Gotcha.
K-E-Y-O. Keogh. We got Earnhardt. Of course, you know that Christopher Perryman.
Yep.
Yeah, that guy. I don't know. He should do pretty good here tonight with these guys. He likes running with these guys.
Yeah, they seem to be a pretty level-headed crowd. They run a good program here.
Dale Gravel. It's not gravel, it's Gravel. I was corrected on that after the first race I broadcasted for him. It's Gravel. Okay. All right. Sorry.
Yep.
I try to pronounce them the best I can, you know. I mean, I pronounce them as they look, you know. And that looked like gravel. All right. So,
Yep.
all right. The guys are done. Doesn't look like we had too many qualifiers.
Looks like 15 out of 20.
Okay, so I'm going to get down here with these guys. I'm going to go down here. Maybe. Jonathan Taylor. Let's see. We'll do a quick rundown here of everybody. Jonathan Taylor starting on the pole in the number 9 with a 40.634. In second spot, the number 38 of William Keogh. In third spot, the number 10 of Mark Maffitt. In fourth, the number 33 of Dale Gravel. In fifth, the number 55 of Scott Amy. In sixth, the number 73 of Mark Brown. In seventh, the number 39 of Salacardi. In eighth, the number 28 of Mikey Earnhardt. In ninth, the number 41 of Christopher Perryman. This thing ain't gonna act up on me tonight. Alright, here we go. Christopher Perryman. Okay. In 10th spot, the number 42 of Philip Carsley. In 11th, the 77 of David Adamson. In 12th, the number 5 of Joe Hernandez. In 13th, the number 74 of Tor Hellebo. In 14th, at 171 of David Whiteside. And the last one to qualify was the number 68, Eric Wortley, in the 15th spot. Those that did not qualify, it looks like we have in the 16th spot, the number 31 of John Denny. In 17th, the 01 of Dave Miranda. In 19th, no. Oop. Looks like Rod Ronimus taking up the last spot in the field. In the 21st, actually wouldn't be the 21st, but we'll just take it as the 21st for sake of it, in the number 3. So we're going to see a lot of teammates out here. Steve, something for you to kind of watch for. These guys do run some team colors.
Uh-huh.
You know, just kind of watch and see if the team colors do start kind of hanging around each other. I've seen it in a lot of the races out here, and they do kind of like to hang around each other. So we may see some teamwork out here. Drafting is going to be there's going to be some importance to drafting here, especially down the long back stretch, and of course the front stretch. That long sweeping D-shaped oval. A lot of drafting here. A lot of fast speeds we're going to see.
Well, they're getting into turn 3 right now. They start coming out of turn 3. I imagine they're going to tighten up a little bit, get ready for that green flag that's going to be coming. Oh yeah. Yep, they're getting tighter here.
All right, pace car ducks off. And
pace car's in.
Green flag getting ready to fly. Go ahead, Steve.
There's the green flag. Looks like it's going to be a smooth restart. Nobody checking up.
All right, Mark Maffett trying to stay right on Jonathan Taylor's rear bumper here and go into turn 1 and come out of 2. Mark Maffett goes a little high, but running a different line, and maybe might have a little something for Jonathan coming down the backstretch. He's right there, getting a good run going into the turn. Has to back it out a little early.
They're all doing a good job getting through the toughest turn on the track.
Mark Brown in the number 73, right in third spot. Mark Maffett taking it really low coming down the backstretch here. I think he's thinking about, and he does, he gets a run here and is going to take over the top spot. Powers it by Jonathan Taylor. Good run by these guys here. Ooh, we get a couple of them that are a little loose coming off the turn. Looks like that was Salicard coming off the turn a little bit loose in number 39. Now the 38 there of Wayne Keogh sticking his nose up in there and does make a move on the inside of Salicardi. Or, yeah, excuse me, on the outside of Salicardi. Now Christopher Perryman getting into the mix. Slides it up here into sixth spot. Hanging right onto the rear of this front 5 that are heading around here.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting some packs here, Rudy. It looks like we got a spot here with right around the 9th to 12th place spot here. We got a pack, and there's a little gap, and then looks like about the top 6 are kind of together. And things are kind of spreading out.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see that here early on here until the tires start coming in on these trucks. I think we're going to see these guys kind of playing it a little bit cool here until the tires get warmed up and they start getting a lot more grip in them. And Lee was telling us there earlier, it seemed like this setup here, it's a little bit loose at first, but then once they, like I said, once they start getting a little bit of wear on them, getting a little bit of heat in them, then they start getting good grip. So I think we're going to start seeing these guys start hitting the paces a little bit better. I mean, I'm seeing Jonathan Taylor turning almost identical laps to when he first started. So Christopher Perryman going way down low, trying to get a run on Salicardi. Salicardi taking him clear down to the bottom of the track on the backstretch. These guys go almost going 3 wide down the backstretch, coming down the front stretch.
And we got Mikey Earnhardt and Philip Carsley kind of having a little battle there. Not sure Mikey Earnhardt wants to step up to the back of that 38 truck of William Kehoe or not. Kehoe.
Now we've got another challenge on the inside of, looks like we got 3 wide going into the turn right now. Look at this. Christopher Perryman and Sal Accardi do touch. Sal has to go way up the hill to save that. Wow, that was a little exciting right there. William Kehoe down on the bottom, riding right on that white line. Does manage to get a pretty good run here, and does clear. Looks like he does clear Christopher Perryman. So, and then we've got another one on the inside here. Looks like the number 28 of Mikey Earnhardt is also going to get by Christopher Perryman. So Christopher going backwards quick. And we got another new leader out front, Mark Maffett. Mark Maffett finally out here getting lead some laps. I was back here mired in the field watching what was going on and not paying attention up here.
Yeah, I'm just kind of running up and down the track here, just trying to catch something exciting.
Dale Gray.
We got a group of 4 here.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. We got a group of 4 here at the back here.
Who is it?
Go ahead, Rudy.
Who is it?
It looks like we got the it's Philip Carsley's kind of pulling away from him now. There we got Philip Carsley, Tor Hellebu, and David Whiteside kind of running a little pack here in the back.
Whiteside, we're going to take a ride aboard with him and see what he's seeing here, and look at the guys up ahead of him. And now you can look right up here and see Philip Carsley right ahead of him. David Whiteside actually is running in the 11th spot. Joe Hernandez, I don't know what happened to him. He kind of lost it there for a minute and fell off a little. Mark Maffett back to 4th. Missed what happened to Mark, but we've got another new leader up in front now. Jonathan Taylor back up in the lead. Dale Gravel on the inside of Mark Brown, taking over the 2nd spot going into turn 3. So Dale Gravel is coming. Definitely wants to get up here and lead a lap if he can at all possible.
Yeah, it looks like David Whiteside's getting on the inside of Philip Carsley here, trying to get that number 10 spot. Looks like he's going to complete it. Oh yeah, he got right by him there, smooth. Actually, I kind of think Philip just kind of didn't fight that issue too much.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing. You don't want to push it too much. It's early, only on lap 11. Got a long ways to go here. There's no sense in battling each other so hard right now. Like Lee said earlier, he said, if a guy's faster than you, let him go. You know, you'll just reel him back in later.
Everybody's kind of settling in. Oh, got hard to keep up here.
All right, Christopher Perryman on the inside of, looks like the number 38 here, William Kehoe. Nope, 28. I'm sorry.
Nope,
Mikey
28.
Yep.
Yep, that's where I just was.
Yeah, and he is battling him side by side for a couple laps now. So these guys here really showing some muscle here early on. Pretty smoky on that.
Looks
front
like
stretch.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what?
When you said it was smoky, I was trying to find the smoke.
Oh, it's on the front stretch there, up high, because I got a camera view looking down on it, and it's like a hazy smoke over the front stretch there in the lights.
Oh, okay.
It's just an effect that iRacing threw in there to make it look more real, you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it.
Pretty cool. All right, so
Mikey Earnhardt and Christopher Pearman are still going at it. Oh, Christopher Pearman finally gets by him.
Yeah, but Mikey fighting
Mikey
back
Earnhardt,
on the
though.
outside.
I think the 77 there of David Adamson's probably just kind of just waiting for maybe a little excitement there, because he's not creeping up like you would expect for these two racing side by side.
And Christopher almost touches Mikey Earnhardt there going into turn 3. Mikey does prevail on that to maintain that position. All right, let's get back up front here. Dale Gravel now up in front, leading some laps. And this is what these guys were probably about dreading this. Not sure Dale, probably was going to be the strong one out here tonight, but obviously showing that he has what it takes to get around this circuit. Dale pretty much good about any track he runs at.
Yeah, I'm kind of back here watching Salicardi in the 39 truck kind of stepping aside, and he's letting
Joe Hernandez.
The number 5 truck, Joe Hernandez and Philip Carsley are kind of going to just kind of get by him kind of slow. Looks like Salicardi's a new paint job today, too.
Yeah, I did notice that.
I was sporting orange and flames last week. That's a nice looking paint job.
All right, Tora Hellebo running in the 12th position at the moment. Not doing too bad. I'm not sure if he's a newcomer to the league here or what. I've yet to see him out here, but I really like the color of that truck. A lot of red, white, and blue, and stars and stripes on that.
Yeah, that's another fine paint job there.
They have spread out into a couple of different packs back here. David Whiteside actually kind of running almost all by himself here in some clean air. Back a little ways behind, looks like the number 77 of David Adamson. So not really into his draft yet. And now Christopher Perryman in 7th. Mikey Earnhardt already starting to pull away from Christopher, running in the 6th spot. Mark Brown in 5th. William Keogh in 4th. Mark Maffitt back up to 3rd now. After he had fallen back a little ways. He fell back to 4th or 5th there, and he's got it gathered back up now. He may have slipped in the turn or something there, and but he's got it back up there, so that's a good thing. Mark Maffitt, definitely one of the strong runners here tonight. Jonathan Taylor, another strong runner. And these guys all chasing Dale Gravel.
And Dale Gravel's kind of eking a little gap between him and the number 2 truck there of Jonathan Taylor. Almost a half a second.
Yeah, he'll start spreading that out even further, I think, as the race goes on. Of course, I don't know how much he's going to get away from Jonathan Taylor, because Jonathan Taylor is pretty strong.
It's amazing, these trucks look, they're really coming through that turn 3 and 4 rather nicely.
Yeah. All right, so let's go back here in the field a little bit. Christopher Perryman in 7th. Kind of being challenged here by David Adamson. Not far behind him. David trying to maybe capitalize on that. Hasn't been able to get by him just yet. Taking a peek on the inside. He come out of 2 with the nose up under him, and it looks like maybe he's got a run going down the backstretch, and is going to get by Christopher Perryman. So Christopher Perryman going back to 8th position. Let's go back. Rod Ronimus running in the 17th position back here, dead last. Starting to work over the back bumper of Eric Wardley, but these guys running clear back here 19.4 seconds behind the leader. May not have had a good setup here, or maybe just, I don't know, they're not comfortable with it, or what's going on. Maybe they're waiting for the tires to come in. But here we are 22 laps into the race. I would think that they would have come in by now. But maybe he's just playing it safe, waiting for that first caution to come out. Salicardi, clear back to 15th. He's let a bunch of trucks get by him. Dave Miranda running 14th. Nice looking truck he's got on that. Man, look at the paint job that we're seeing out here tonight, Steve.
Yeah, some of these people really go all out trying to get a nice looking truck, and having more than one paint job for different times of the year or different events.
Exactly. John Denny, now I've seen him out here before, and that's kind of a cool looking paint job, that orange and black. I guess it's the layout of it I kind of like. I think it's like black with orange pinstriping and stuff. It looks pretty cool.
Well, I'm sitting here in the cab with Salicardi, just kind of wondering why he's not keeping up, and let me tell you what, he's all over the throttle, and his steering wheel's turning awful far to the left to get around these corners.
Must be really tight in the corners.
Not smooth at all. Yeah.
David Whiteside starting to work over the back bumper of Christopher Perryman now, reeling him in. So not sure what's going on with Christopher, but he's been falling back since the beginning of the race and losing a lot of positions. David Adamson starting to fall off a little bit here, coming to almost got 25 laps under their belts already, so we are under the 100 lap to go mark already.
I'm doing a little in-truck comparison here. I'm up in the leader's truck now there of Dale Grable. Just gonna ride around with him doing a lap here and see how much of a difference I can notice in his throttle and steering.
Mark Maffett doing real well here in 3rd spot. Got a little bit different line than Jonathan Taylor does. Jonathan has a kind of a more earlier entry, I believe it is. And Mark has a little bit later entry and dives it down into the bottom a little bit lower. So this is some of the styles of the driving that you'll see out here. Different, everybody has their own style of driving.
Yeah, especially when they let you have an open setup. You can some people might like a truck that's a little loose, and then someone else who might like one a little tighter. I've been in.
Mikey Earnhardt working over the back of Mark Maffett, and Mikey Earnhardt does get a run and does power it by Mark Maffett.
Big difference in handling characteristics between Dale Grable's truck and Salicardi. Quite remarkable how that could be so different.
Oh, that's for sure.
Things are spreading out pretty good.
Well,
Nice
we
green
might-
flag run of 27 laps.
Yeah, we might wind up seeing green flag pit stops here if it keeps going like this. That would be awesome.
It would. I'm sure that make the guys a lot happier too. A lot of people just don't like them caution flags.
Yeah. Well, it's good for the back part of the field. The guys in the back, they like them because it kind of gets them a chance to get in there, get fresh tires, and get caught back up to the leaders. You know, instead of being 19, 20, 25 seconds, we've got guys. Eric Wortley now in dead last, running about 26 seconds behind the leader. So that's actually coming up on going a lap down. When you think about it, Dale Gravel's only about 15 seconds behind him.
Yep, Rudy, it looks like 73 truck of Mark Brown's going to dip it inside of the 38 of William Keogh. Completes the path smoothly.
So William Keogh going back one more position. He's running the Jegs. And that he's got the Jegs sponsor on that, William Keogh.
We zoom in on that and we'll tell you here.
I think I've seen Jegs on the side of it, on the back. Yep.
Looks like, oh yeah, Jags. I buy some stuff from them.
Yeah.
Just bought an adapter for a carburetor from about weeks ago.
Yeah, they're big in oh, and he gets a little loose.
He's getting loose.
Whoa, that was close.
Yeah, I think he got that left front tire a little bit too far below that white line.
Yeah. Well, I think I kind of jinx people by being on them like that sometimes. Ooh, that was close. Mark Maffett running in fourth. Has fallen back quite a bit here. I don't know if he's already starting to feel the fall off on his setup here. The tires could be dropping off. But you know what? You wouldn't be able to tell it by Jonathan Taylor and Mikey Earnhardt. Mikey Earnhardt just rolled past Jonathan Taylor to take over second. Mikey Earnhardt is coming. Running about just a half a second behind Dale Gravel. And you know,
And it looks like he's tightening that up a little.
yeah, you know, a guy like Dale Gravel, you know, you don't know if he is just running that thing flat out or if he's just kind of like conserving tires, you know, trying to just stay out front. But I don't know, as much as Mikey Earnhardt's putting the pressure to him right now, I think Dale Gravel's probably driving the wheels off that thing.
Yep, Mikey Earnhardt's kind of chewed into that half a second split they had there.
Yeah, he's closed right up on his bumper. Already feeling the draft now, and he'll be closing up a lot quicker now. I would say by the end of the front stretch, he's going to be right up on his bumper. I could be wrong.
Oh, Rudy.
He's right there. He's with
Kind
yeah.
of backing my camera way up where the top of the track here, and boy, do we got a spread of cars. They're almost covering 3/4 of the track.
Oh yeah, definitely.
For a good half of it, anyways.
Yeah. Well, when you look, Eric Wortley 30 seconds behind these guys. That means he's only 11 seconds ahead of the leader right now. Because the leader's turning 41-second laps.
Uh-huh.
So he's only 11 seconds ahead of these guys. Actually 10 now. So that's about a straightaway. About a straightaway ahead of him. So yeah, you're right. About 3/4 of the track has got trucks around it. So, you know, it's kind of good in a way, though, Steve, you know, because it gives these guys all a chance to... They're racing the track right now instead of being out here racing each other, you know. And look at Mikey Earnhardt right up on the back bumper of Dale Gravel. Backs it off, though, going into the turns. Doesn't want to make him loose. Boy, he was pushing him down the backstretch.
Yeah, he moved right up good. You could see when the draft started pulling him up.
He's ready to mount a challenge here. It looks like might have backed it off just long enough to kind of give them a little bit of a break. And he might be trying to maybe mount a challenge here. It looks like he's looking to the inside, but can't quite make it stick. Let's see what he does going into turn 3. Right on his bumper coming down the backstretch. Dale dives it down to the bottom to protect that position. And looked like Mikey couldn't get a run on him. Seems like Mikey's a little faster in 1 and 2 than Dale, but Dale's faster in 3 and 4.
Yeah, I rode around a few laps with Dale, and his truck is a little, by what I rode in a few trucks, he's not sawing that wheel as much as most everybody getting through 3 and 4.
Yeah.
And that's probably is going to help Winter win the race. That seemed to me to be the worst two parts, the worst two pieces of track there for trying to maintain or even pick up a little speed.
Right. Boy, Mikey got a run that time off of 4, pushing Dale right down the front stretch. And I don't know, I was thinking maybe he was going to dive to the bottom. If he would have, he could have probably got a run on Dale right there. But he saves it for the backstretch, and here we go. Coming down the backstretch, these guys are going to battle it out side by side. Dale just a little stronger on that high line. Mark Brown up to the 4th position now, as it looks like a few of these guys have kind of fallen off a little. Mark Maffett now back to 6th. David Whiteside in 8th. John Denny 9th. Christopher Perryman falling back to 10th. Oh,
Christopher Perryman's just going into pits.
Yep, it's coming up about time for green flag stops here. They've been running 38 laps. Oh, is he speeding down pit road?
Uh-oh. I see he's got a little damage on that right rear corner, too.
He might have been speeding down pit road there, but if he had already got a black flag, there's no sense in... I would have sped too, I think, because you already got the penalty. They don't give you 2 penalties.
Right.
If you already got the black flag, you're coming on too fast. But no penalty. Look at that. No penalty either way. All right, so there we got. We got one already that has come on pit road. He's back away now. He's going to be at the rear of the field in 17th spot. We should start seeing some of these other guys coming down pit road here before too much longer. I'm going to kind of stay on the leaders, but if you happen to see anybody else there, let me know.
Yep, I'm kind of just kind of bouncing up and down the leaderboard here, and hopefully I can kind of catch them as they're getting in there.
These front 3 have pulled way away from the rest of the field. David Adamson now up into the 4th spot. Mark Brown going back to 5th. And they are about 4.5 seconds behind these front 3. Already on lap 40. So 80 more laps to go here, folks.
Remarkable, outstanding racing to do 40 laps here and not have a caution.
Jonathan Taylor does get by Mikey Earnhardt, so Mikey might have pushed that truck just hard enough that he's overheated them tires or worn them out. But I think we're going to be seeing pit stops by these guys here right shortly, so we're going to stay right with them. It looks like Mark Brown, we've got some on pit road. Mark Brown, Mark Maffett. All right, so we do have some guys here coming down pit road now. We'll stay on Mark Maffett.
Salicardi, he's in.
These guys all come down to their pit stops. It's about that time for them to make their stop. Oh, Oh, and the 38 of William Keogh has to back up on pit road. That was not good. Mark Maffitt away, so still doesn't look like our leaders are coming down pit road yet. They're still out here battling.
You know, Rudy, I noticed the other day when I was overshooting my pits and doing a backup, if you time it just right and stop the nose of your truck on that paddle, you can almost gain what you lost with a good low 12-second pit stop.
Oh, yeah. Oh, looks like all three of our leaders coming down pit road as we speak. And this is going to make about everybody be able to... Everybody should have pitted. We're only going to have a couple out here that have not pitted yet. But I think we're going to see them coming down pit road here right directly too. Oh yeah, everybody coming down pit road. The only one that has not is Rod Ronimus, and I believe we're probably going to see him down here on pit road also. All right, two right side tires going on Dale Gravel's truck, and left side going on. And Dale's away. Not sure if he's gonna. Well, it looks like, yeah, he got out ahead of everybody else. So good job by Dale.
Could hear Jonathan Taylor burning his tires trying to beat him to that line.
Oh yeah. This guy's keeping it down below that white strip all the way around. Good job. That's gonna. David Whiteside did manage to get a lap in as he comes down pit road now. Well, let's go down here and watch him, as he's on pit road now. Right side tires going on. Left side
Jonathan
tires.
Taylor's ducking inside of Dale Grable right up here. Looks like he might complete this pass. Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Dale Grable kind of even, looks like he even moved up a little bit to make sure he didn't have no trouble.
All right, so Jonathan Taylor back out front. It seems like he's really fast, though. If you notice, Steve, he's really fast on new tires, but Dale's good on the long one.
Yeah. Probably some tire pressure adjustments maybe kind of take care of that.
Yeah, probably. But, yeah, these guys are really doing well here. We're going to... follow along here with Jonathan Taylor looking back on Dale Grable. Dale catches that white line just a little tiny bit, but, you know, sometimes that is a help to you. If you just catch the edge of it, I can't steer that precise, but some of these guys can. That'll help you turn.
Looks like we had a little wall scuff there from Christopher Perryman. I kind of flipped back with a reap here. He scraped the wall there just a few seconds ago. Right, Didn't lose control though. Just probably got some rust rash on the side of that truck. That's all right. Just don't be coughing up no chunks. Oh shit! I'm sorry. I apologize for that, people. I know. I'm sorry. I apologize. Yeah, I know. I'm so used to having fun with you in the morning. That just came right out of my mouth. I really did not mean to do that.
It's okay. It happens. All right, so these front three still way ahead. I'm showing them about 4.2 seconds ahead of fourth place Mark Maffitt. So these guys definitely the class of the field here tonight, pulling away from the whole field by a ton. Not really a whole lot to talk about going around the track here, because just the front three pulling away from Mark Maffitt and David Adamson. Back here in sixth, John Denny. Seventh, Mark Brown. 8th is William Keogh. We're running in a couple of different packs. Have you noticed that, Steve?
Yeah, yep. I kind of like you said. I'm running up and down here with us, just picking drivers, just trying to look for some action, and occasionally I catch someone inside of somebody, but pretty much everybody's just kind of running their own race.
And it looks like David
which isn't all a bad thing, because
oh yeah, definitely. David Whiteside
we're only on lap 48,
Carsley.
so
David Whiteside just passed Philip Carsley, and that puts Philip back another position. Back to 14th. Poor Hellebo back here in 15th. Now 23 seconds already behind the leader, so definitely struggling here to get this thing, trying to get it back up toward the front. Eric Wortley in 16th, already a lap down. And Rod Brunemus a lap down also in 17th. Rod not having a good day out here today. Jonathan
maybe
Taylor.
I'll just jump inside of Rod's truck here and just maybe see if he's just really got a really poor handling truck or something.
Right, that could be. Jonathan Taylor continuing to lead out here, though. 10 laps he's led so far. Dale Gravel's led 31, though.
Christopher Perryman just kind of came up the track into somebody. They didn't wipe out there. He came up into Salicardi, it looks like. They touched pretty hard.
Those two have been bumping and banging each other for a while now.
Try to zoom in on Christopher's truck and see if that really... Oh yeah, his front fender's a little... Now his front fender kind of looks like the rear corner of his truck on the right-hand side.
That wasn't
Salicardi. Wasn't?
No, that was Eric Wortley. He got in the side of it.
Okay.
Look at it.
Okay.
Salicardi was quite a ways back behind him.
I just happened to catch the end of it there, so by the time I zoomed my camera back, and I couldn't really see the number.
All right, so let's get back up here to the front and check in with these leaders. Dale Gravel now trying to chase down Jonathan Taylor for a change. Usually it's everybody trying to chase down Dale Gravel, and now he's doing the one chasing. So I would say Jonathan probably did he might have went, when he pitted there, he might have done a little bit of an air pressure adjustment and got this truck a little freer. It looked like before there he was a little bit tight, but he was starting to come in toward the end of that run. So, because he had gotten past Mikey Earnhardt right at the end of that green flag run. All right, coming up on the halfway mark here before too much longer, Steve, about another 7 laps. Well, hard to believe already almost completed a half of the race already.
Yeah, and some good clean racing.
Absolutely.
Looks like Salicardi's going to finally get by Christopher Perryman there.
I wanted to remind everybody next week they're going to be running the late models at Charlotte next week. So, and then after that, they will be getting back to the fan vote schedule again. But they wanted to try that late model on Charlotte. So I think that's going to be a pretty good combination by the sounds of it.
Yeah, they ought to get a lot of participation in that race.
It had to be something different. The guys have been so used to running these trucks, and it'll be something a little different that they're going to have to go out and run. And I hope I can get some practice laps in with them guys this week, because that'll be pretty fun. The late model does run pretty good on that track, so.
I was just trying to think if I've ever turned any laps there in the late model. I don't think I have.
Mikey Earnhardt on the outside of Dale Gravel. Now, I'm not too sure how that's going to work out, but it could keep Dale Gravel pinched down enough he's not going to get the speed coming off the turn, and both of them got a little squirrely, and Mikey had to back out.
Good job by both drivers to maintain.
Yes, definitely. That was great. Some good side-by-side respectful racing. So, if you guys want to vote on the following week's race there, head on over to DirtySouthRacing.com and do vote on their races, what you'd like to see these guys run. Anybody can vote. You don't need to log in or register or nothing. Just click up at the top, you'll see one of the tabs. I think it's Race Vote or something like that it's called. And click on it and you can vote right there and let them know what you'd like to see them run.
Oh yeah, just keep looking up and down the list here. Oh, looks like we got a pass going on here. Looks like the number 38 truck just went inside of the number 31 truck. That would be John Denny in the 31 truck, and William Keogh in the 38 truck just took over the 6th position.
So William Keogh picking up one spot. Every spot counts. That was a good hard-fought battle right there. John Denny going back to 7th. Looks like Mark Brown clear back here in 8th. He was running up front earlier, but now running back here in 8th, 10.5 seconds behind the leader. Let's go way back here to 11th. Dave Miranda running 16, almost 17 seconds behind the leader. And this is in quite a pack of trucks right here. There's some lap down trucks that are involved in that pack right there, so that does kind of make a big difference. Some of them are not running for position. Philip Carsley there, I'm sorry, not Philip Carsley. It looks like the number 3 of Rod Ronimus. Now he is a lap down, and he is not running for position with these guys.
Looks like Dale Gravel is the biggest mover of the race. He started back in the 20th position, and he's up there running in the number 2 spot.
Absolutely. He's definitely a good, strong one. No, he started 4th. Dale Gravel started 4th.
You know what? Yep. He started 4th. Yep, I clicked on practice, not qualify. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Just trying to make conversation because this race is just so good and everybody's doing such a good job. I've not got enough action to keep me busy.
I hear you. David Adamson now, he started 11th, running in 4th. Mark Maffett started 3rd, he's running in 5th. William Keogh started 2nd, running in 6th. John Denny started 16th, and here he is running in the 7th position, so he's definitely on the move. Mark Brown started 6th, running 8th. Dave Miranda started 17th, and he's running 9th. So he's another one that's on the move. He's back here 17.5 seconds behind the leader. So, and you know what? Here we are at halfway, Steve, and still not a caution. That says a lot for this group.
I just
guys.
give them all kudos for driving such a nice race.
Absolutely. Going back just a little bit past him, David Whiteside now in 10th. Crossing line in 10th. He started 14th. But these guys here, like I said, he's running 18.5 seconds behind the leader. The only thing that would help them right now would be a caution, and I'm sure, the leaders definitely don't want to see a caution, because that.
Oh, sure not.
As we always say, cautions breed cautions, and that's not what they want to see right now. And I'm loving this green flag pit stops. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like Dale
Oh,
Grable.
you're gonna give. I get a caution now because for Perryman just lost it there, Rudy. I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't. What happened there, Rudy? I didn't get the replay quick enough.
I'm still on it, trying to figure out what happened there. Looks like maybe coming off of the turn. Well, I don't know. I'm still watching it here. I seen him get a little wiggly, but I didn't see that.
Where is it? I'm sure it was him.
I seen him get a little wiggly and kind of go down toward the inside, but
Who else has got a red and white truck looks like his? Oh man, I'm sorry to. But my crash key takes me to him.
yeah,
He was sideways, or whoever it was. He was sideways. Why can't that show up?
I don't know. I don't know why are they still racing if there was a caution? I guess they're catching up to the leader here. I don't know. I don't see no caution.
You're still on your replay.
I know. I was still looking for caution. What brought the caution out?
Oh,
But
I
don't
see.
nothing,
Okay,
so.
I got you.
All right. Well, everybody's on pit road right now, so let's take a look here at our leaders. Everybody's sliding into their pits. And let's see. And Keogh happened to back up in his pit stall again. Boy, he is just coming in there a little bit too hot and sliding through the pits. We got one into the pit wall. All right.
Talacardi way overshot his pit. He had to hit reverse and back up almost 3 car lengths to get back in his spot.
Holy smoke. Well, I'm sure these guys that are back in the field are going to really welcome this caution. But, you know, they come off almost like they come on the pit road. So Jonathan Taylor definitely coming off pit road first. So we'll get up here and catch up to everybody as they've all done their pit stalls now, or pit stops. And it looks like Dale Grable going to be second. Mikey Earnhardt going to be third. Or no, I'm sorry, Mark Maffitt going to be third. And David Adamson coming off fourth. John Denny fifth. Mikey Earnhardt clear back in 8th place. Did not have a good pit stop. And the one I was looking at there, William Keogh, slid through his pit stop, still come out 6th place. What's going on with Mikey Earnhardt back there? It keeps falling back. Is he coming down pit road again? Or
Pit. Yep. He's in the pit road right now, Rudy.
Or maybe if something happened on pit road that he didn't... I don't know. That's kind of weird. Why he would come back down pit road again.
Yeah, because if he was speeding, they just put him at the end of the longest line, right?
Yeah. Well, maybe that's what they did, and he just figured he might as well stop in there and freshen up everything.
Yep, he's getting some tires besides.
They are going to have to make one more pit stop, though. They can't make it the rest of the way from here, so we're going to see them all stopping one more time. So Jonathan Taylor leading them around here. Has led 25 laps. Dale Grable's led 31. Mark Maffitt starting in third has led 6. And David Whiteside's led the other 2, and he's back in 12th place. So that's all of our leaders. This is the first caution of the day. out on lap 63, so not too bad. 5 lead changes we've had. Should be getting the one to go, I believe, this time by. We should see all the cars double up and the lights go off on the pace car. But so far, Steve, what do you think of this race? Been pretty good, huh?
Remarkable to get like 64 laps before a caution on this track, at least after my few laps around that. That just shows you the caliber of the people that are on this track right now, Rudy.
Absolutely, and their setup says a lot for them, you know, for what they're running out here. The setup has a lot of grip because my experience on this track and what little bit I've got, this track is a little slick in the turns, and if you don't hit it just exactly right, it's tough to recover from. You're just going to spin out. So, yeah, I got to give them a thumbs up for running such a good, clean race. But Dale Grave will be restarting on the outside. Oh, stop that yawning stuff. Starting on the outside.
Yeah, those can be contagious.
Yeah, I know. Mark Maffett be starting third, David Adamson fourth, John Denny rounding out the top 5 on this restart. Now, the only one I'm showing that is a lap down is, let's see, I believe Eric Wardley.
Yep, that's the only one.
They're getting ready to go back to green, Steve, so you want to call this down?
I sure will. Looks like they're getting... Everybody's kind of bumping up, getting a little tighter. The pace car's in. RPM's coming up a little. There's the green flag.
All right, and Dale Gravel gets a really good run on that restart.
That man's got a whole shot like no one else.
I know it. Not enough to get by Jonathan Taylor, though. But Dale Gravel does have the preferred line coming out of that turn, and that's going to be to his advantage. And now we see Mark Maffett hooking up here with Jonathan Taylor on the low line. And that could be, that could help them a lot going into turn 3 here.
Dale Gravel's laying right on him, trying to keep down. Oh, but he slid up a little.
Oh, we got one out across the grass.
Oh, somebody off in the grass.
Looked like he
Joe Hernandez, it looked like.
Good save. Gathers it back up and takes up the rear of the field. So, good save by him. Now Dale Gravel back out in front. Does get by Jonathan Taylor. And Dale Gravel continuing to lead here on lap 68. And he's led 32 laps of that 68 laps.
Got a nice little group here behind the leaders there. They're kind of mixing it up just a little bit.
Looking back on that group, it looks pretty exciting going on back in there. Let's go back in the group a little bit further here. William Keogh running in fourth. Mark Maffett right behind him. Mark was just up there with Jonathan Taylor a little bit ago, and here he is back in fourth already, so something happened.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody checking up on the restart, so that was pretty smooth. They get a couple of laps under their belt. Yeah. Things kind of settle in, and they get lined up. Well, maybe we'll get another nice long green flag run.
Already on lap 70. Yeah, this is really kind of caught everybody back up to the leaders and made a lot better race of it now. Instead of the leaders being out there, they were out there so far ahead of even like fourth place. They were out there, and I had like a 6.5 second lead over fourth place. So now these guys are all bunched back up together. John Denny rolls it into the second spot now.
73 truck of Mark Brown. Sorry, Rudy, just smacked the wall.
Oh boy, he did hit it hard, and caution is out. But let's go back and take a look at that.
Oh, his truck is really bad.
Mark Brown, wasn't it?
Yeah, the 70 truck of Mark Brown.
Oh boy, yes he did. And then he come down into David Whiteside too. Oh brother, David Whiteside, that's what brought out the caution. David sliding back up onto the track. So those two bringing out caution number 2 here today. So we may see these guys come down pit road now. To top off these tanks, change tires to make it the rest of the way, because they can make it from here. It would be kind of close, but under caution here, I believe they could make it. So let's see, no, they still wouldn't be able to make it. I think about the best they can get is about 42 laps. 41 or 42 laps, and it would put it out there about 48 laps. But we're still going to see them come down pit road. Everybody's
this might be a time 120, 72. No, it wouldn't even do them any good to go in now and do a lap and come back in again. It's just probably not going to be close enough. Kind of watch these pit stops here and see how many people overshoot their pit time.
William Keogh's been very bad about it here today, but boy, he hit his mark that time. No sliding through pits that time.
No, everybody looked good. Nice pit by everyone. A couple of them laying it sideways, but they're all in their pit box.
Dale Gravel out first, Jonathan Taylor out second. John Denny, John Denny, I'm not sure. I don't think he stopped. No, he did not. We've got a few of the guys out here front that did not stop. Dave Miranda. So not everybody taking advantage of that. They're probably thinking they're going to have another caution. So, and I hope not. I hope they don't, for their sake. I don't want to see them run around here under caution all the time.
Right.
But John Denny out.
But we're kind of getting that old adage of a caution breeding another caution.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, because it had only been not even. I don't think it was even 20 laps on that green flag run.
Yep.
15 laps or something like that. So.
John Denny hadn't put a lap yet, right, Rudy? So he gets a bonus point for that.
Yeah, and
however many they give.
Yeah, I don't even know if they do any points. I'm not sure. I don't know. I believe they do, but I really don't know.
Yeah, and I never asked, so.
All right, so Dave Miranda going to be restarting second. Mikey Earnhardt back up to third. Dale Gravel going to be restarting fourth. David Adamson fifth. Jonathan Taylor back in sixth. William Keogh seventh. Mark Maff at 8, Philip Carsley up to 9th, and Salicardi finally back up into the hunt here in 10th. Going to be restarting in the 10th spot, so good job by him.
There goes the way-by car. That must be Eric Wortley there getting the way-by.
That's going to put everybody. No, I'm sorry. David Whiteside will be a lap down. That's too bad for him. He's running pretty good out there today. But he's going to be the only one a lap down. But if there's another caution, he'll get his lap back. And, you know, I mean, this ain't bad. 16 of them, out of 17 drivers, 16 of them still on the lead lap.
Awesome racing. Just remarkable that they can all still be on the lead lap after one really long green flag run. A lot of good racing by these guys.
All right, they're going to come around here, and when they take the green flag, they're going to be taking on lap 76. That's going to mean 45 laps here to finish this race up. So, boy, they're really clicking these laps down quick now. That first long green flag run, Steve, really, man, that really made this race go by quick.
Sure did, Rudy.
I can't believe we're right down to, 45 to go here when they cross the line.
Yeah, it just seemed like we just started this race just a few minutes ago, sort of.
Well, actually, if you think about it, it really ain't been that long. We did get kind of a late start, so it's just been a little over an hour.
Yep.
We got a late start because of me. I hope that don't happen.
Oh, mechanical malfunctions.
Yeah. Yeah, one of these days I hope I get that figured out, but I just hope it don't do it again for another couple months.
Yeah, that is kind of weird that it doesn't just, if you got something, break it down, and it doesn't just get worse and worse and worse.
Yeah. It's so sporadic. How long's it been since the last time that happened? Long time, couple months.
Yeah, long enough that I couldn't tell you. The pace car's in. And the green flag's down. Nobody checking up.
John Denny really putting to it. Dave Miranda kind of got a little bit of a slow start there. I'm not sure he was sleeping at the wheel or what, but the number 28 of Mikey Earnhardt on the inside of him, going into 1 and 2.
Well, remarkable. John Denny got that good hole shot there. He's out there on tires that got a few laps on them.
Looks like Mikey Earnhardt going to have to stay in behind. Oh, we got one coming up in already. Mikey Earnhardt going way up the hill. Going to lose a couple of positions on that. Possibly three.
3 wide.
Great racing here going on back in the back. This is good. 3 wide going down the front stretch. Look at that. Mark Maffitt into the mix of it. Sal Hardy, Philip Parsley, Christopher Perryman, all these guys. Man, I'm telling you, what a battle going on here. As much as these guys hate to see cautions, we all do. But it does kind of tighten the race back up and make for some great racing in these packs again like this. And it makes it kind of takes the boredom away from the drivers and makes it more exciting. Because look at this 3 wide battles going on that we're seeing. And we wouldn't see that unless they were caught back up.
Sure thing, Rudy, and the fans that might be watching this broadcast, I'm sure they're enjoying that too.
Oh, yeah.
Well, here we go, heading into lap 79 the next time they cross the stripe. And looks like people are kind of settling down. Ooh, we got 3 wide behind the leader here.
Absolutely, these guys really battling hard. Dave Miranda right up the sucker hole in the middle. And it looks like Jonathan Taylor on the inside. It looks like Dave Miranda does kind of back out. But somebody went way up high, almost into the wall there. Dale Gravel Wow, he went up the hill, and he lost a ton of positions on that. So Dale Grable out
Sure
here.
did.
New tires, not really, not having a good day right now on these new tires.
Wonder if he made an adjustment because he wasn't getting the lead too easy, and maybe that wasn't a good one.
Well, that could be. He's lost. Let's see, I'm showing him back in 6th place right now. Oh, we got a spinner, William Keogh. William Keogh.
Oh man.
Oh man. Well, let's go back and take a look at that.
That's kind of what you could call the big one there.
Go back and take a look here and slow it down for you so you can see. It looked like it might have just been some good hard racing going into the turn. Don't think there was any touch. Anybody touched him? Oh, right there it was. Yes, sir. Dave Miranda kind of went in just a little bit too hard there and did come up the hill into William Keogh. And Philip Carsley getting into a piece of that action. And, man, I'm telling you. Oh, Christopher Perryman getting into... Oh, man. Oh, yeah, this was a big one.
It sure was. Somebody was up towards the fence there.
Oh, yeah. I'm seeing that. It looked like Philip Carsley went for one heck of a ride. Let's go back and take a look at that one more time here. We'll look at it from Philip Carsley's aspect here because he went for a heck of a ride up onto the fence. So.
Oh yeah, he touched him right in the back corner there.
And this was going into turn 1. Right here's where it happened. It looked like Keogh kind of come down the hill right into the side of Miranda. That's what happened. William Keogh come right down the hill right into him. And that's when Philip Carsley got into William Keogh. But we're going to watch this ride that Philip Carsley goes for. Christopher Perryman hits him, and then Salacardi hits him and just punts him up into the fence. Holy smokes. He's got to have a headache after that one. We see donuts on the door, and we see bottle of headache pills coming out. I can see it. All right.
Yeah.
These guys all in and off a pit road already. Let's see. It looks like Eric Wortley going to be our leader. Eric Wortley's staying out. Not ready to pit yet. Maybe he wants to get out here. And first time he's been up here today. He'd been in the back of the field. He's been a lap down. So a lot's happened up here for Eric Wortley, and here he is up in the lead. He's got a pretty tough customer going to be restarting right beside him, though, Mark Maffett.
Yes, sir. Hopefully he gets a good start this time when the green flag comes out.
So we've had 3 cautions. This is the 3rd caution and 9 lead changes. So these guys sounds to me like they're having a pretty good race out here.
Yes, sir.
I don't think that's too bad for 82 laps. Coming to 83, having 3 cautions, that's really not that bad. And this is kind of a tricky track, I've noticed. So, I'm saying that they've been running really good here for this being kind of a little bit tricky.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I'm not a super experienced driver, but I did do some laps, and to see these guys doing what they're doing with only that few cautions is a statement to say that they're all pretty darn good drivers.
Sure thing. Dave Miranda losing a lot of positions on that. Christopher Perryman, Salacardi, David Whiteside, all these guys going to be way back in the field. Philip Carsley. these guys were all involved in that. Mark Brown. But it looks like who is that Salicardi getting the wave by now? So the only one that'll be a lap down again would be David Whiteside.
Yep.
All right, Jonathan Taylor now was leading, is going to be restarting fourth. Dale Gravel, that has led the most laps so far, 36 laps, will be restarting sixth. So a little bit of a change up by some of these guys. So we're going to have to see Eric Wortley staying out here Ayers. We're going to have to see how that's going to work out for him, because everybody behind him's got fresh tires.
Yeah, that'll be real interesting to see. Looks like they're turning the lights off on the pace car, so they're going to be doubling up here.
Yeah, we're going to get back into the mix of things here. Let's do a little math on this. We're going to be restarting with 36 to go when they cross the line. So we're getting the laps down here pretty quick.
Getting a few people checking up during this pace lap here. Almost had some people come together there.
Well, the one I'm going to be kind of keeping an eye, a couple I'm going to be keeping an eye on here, Mikey Earnhardt and Dale Gravel and Jonathan Taylor. Well, let's see if they can get these trucks back up in the front again. But they've got a couple of good guys here they're going to have to get by. Mark Maffitt starting there in second. It could be tough getting by him.
Sure thing. We might have some good, exciting lead and passing and stuff. The pace car's in. They're tightening up. Green flag.
Looks like Eric gets a really good start out of the hole here. Mark Maffitt kind of tries to stay with him, but boy, he didn't get quite as good a start. Boy, he does get a run coming off the turn two, and he's on the preferred line. Oh, we got a couple into each other. Well, looks like Eric Wortley and Jonathan Taylor getting into it. So cautions do breed cautions, as we say, and here we are once again under caution. Let's go back and take a look at this.
Yeah, I look like maybe he might have just kind of had little drafting issues going on there, being in the middle or something. I don't know.
I'm going to slow it down right now, and Eric, I'm not sure here. Jonathan Taylor did come up on the outside of him, and it looked like, oh boy, Eric just went right up the hill into him.
Yep.
Doggone it. And a bunch more. Philip Carsley getting into that. Oh, man. David Whiteside again. Salicardi. Oh, man. We got a bunch of tore up trucks again here. All right. So these guys are definitely going to be heading for pit road to get this thing fixed up. And looks like our new leader, Mark Maffitt, out here, probably did not want to see this either. Probably figured he was going to be the leader once it all got, the dust all got settled. But I think Eric Wortley may have taken his truck behind pit wall.
I think so, Rudy. He disappeared right off the screen, so he probably took her behind the wall. Oh, excuse me.
We've got a few coming down
I'm
the
gonna-
road.
I'm gonna think that Mark Mappet probably just stay right out there. Oh yeah, quite a few stayed out. Most of the front four here, or who are the front four now.
Yeah, I'm showing Mark Maffett, Mikey Earnhardt, Dale Gravel, and David Adamson. William Keogh staying out. Joe Hernandez, Tor Hellebo, and Mark Brown. These guys all staying out here and maintaining their positions on the track. You know, it's saying if it does stay green like it's staying, these guys with the lower, not sure if they could make it on fuel. The more cautions, the better their chances are making it on fuel. So staying out here for track position might not be a bad call.
Sure thing, yep. Just take a look here in the pits and see who we got sitting here. I see 1, 2, 3 trucks sitting on pit road right now.
Yeah, Sal Accardi, Christopher Perryman, and Philip Carsley all sitting on pit road. They were just in that last caution, and here they are back down on pit road getting fixed up again. I don't know. They might not be able to get it fixed up. They're definitely going to be out of contention anyhow. Just try to get back out here and get as many laps in as they can, as many positions. And that's probably going to be about the best they're going to do.
Yeah, I see Christopher Perryman. He went ahead and pulled out of this, but boy, I can see half of his left front tire sticking out from his fender. And it doesn't look like there's much of a panel on it that hasn't got some scratches or dents.
It's funny how, Steve, we talk about once in a while that, the back is not where you want to be because you kind of get tangled up into the wrecks. You want to stay up the front, stay away from the wrecks. And we see a couple cautions right in a row here up front. And, because of the hard racing, and it's just changed up the whole race here with a lot of good guys taken out of contention by that.
Sure thing, Rudy. It's like Christopher Perryman just wanted to do a hot lap, maybe to try to keep from getting so far behind the pace car or something, because he's back in the pits.
Well, it looks like Eric Wortley's back on the track now. Eric Wortley back out there. He may have just been towing. Showing him up there in 14th place. He's ahead of David Whiteside, Sal Accardi, and Philip Carsley. And probably about to go by Christopher Perryman if Christopher don't get off the pit road. It looks like David Whiteside is our way by.
Well, that probably make him happy to get back on the lead lap.
Definitely. That gained him back up one more position. He'll be restarting at the tail end of the field. But at least he's on the lead lap again. Good deal. Finally, after the third caution, he finally gets that way by.
I can hear the words of joy inside that cab.
Oh, yes, definitely. Yeah, he's all smiles right now. Oh,
Christopher Perryman's going to pull back out of the pits there. Probably going to do another hot lap, maybe. I think he's trying to stay on the lead lap, Rudy.
Well, that could be. It's working for him so far. Everybody doubled up here, lights off on the pace car. We're getting ready to go back to green flag this time by, and we're going to have 31 laps to go when they take the green flag.
Go ahead, call that, Rudy. I'm going to hang on Christopher Perryman and see what he does.
Sounds good. How's his truck looking?
It's much repair when he stops in there for just that few seconds.
Looks like a Rushmobile.
It's
all rushed up.
Yeah, but you know what? If he could drive like Rush, he could move up.
Yeah, he'd probably be up there leading the race. Rush is the only one I know that can do that. Can drive a hunk of junk around the track and run as good as he does.
I've seen him drive a truck walk and actually almost be going faster than me.
Yeah.
Well, looks like Christopher Perryman just going to pull up to the back of the pack here and see what he can do with what he's got.
Oh, there you go. All right, well, pace car ducks off. Getting ready to go back to green. Mark Maffitt leading them down nice and easy here, 70 mile an hour. Green flag waves, and here we go, back to green flag racing on lap 90. 31 laps to go to complete this race here today.
Mark Maffitt's taking the lead going into one.
Dale Grable.
Dale Grable's. Yep.
I gotta look something up real quick here, so pardon me for a minute.
Yep. Looks like Mark Maffitt and Dale Grable are just, they kind of separated a little bit, but they got a little gap between them and Mikey Earnhardt and the people behind him. Looks like Dale Grable's moving in on the inside of Mark Maffitt right now, and he's going to complete the pass.
Sure does.
So Dale Grable's now our leader.
Good deal. Good job. I'm sure that's going to make him happy getting back up there to the front. But boy, he's got a tough guy right behind him there. Mark Maffitt going to stay right on his bumper as long as he can. But I don't know. I kind of look for Dale Grable to pull away from him. I think Dale's he's really, really strong no matter what. Out in clean air. I noticed he's a lot better out in clean air.
You're right, Rudy. He had a substantial lead earlier in the race there and was doing a good job just keeping everybody way behind him.
Yep. Mikey Earnhardt back here in the 4th position as William Keogh did get by him. So Mikey Earnhardt going back to the 4th. And right there in 5th, the number 73 of Mark Brown. Mark Brown having a good day here. David Adamson back behind him in the 6th spot. They come across the line. In 7th, Dave Miranda. Dave Miranda back up to 7th after getting tangled up into that wreck. He's got just a little bit of nose damage on the left front corner, but other than that, he's not in too bad a shape. Jonathan Taylor way back here in 8th, now trying to get that truck back up toward the front. Does look like he has got that thing fixed back up, and he's running up here, running pretty good. Running about 3 seconds behind our leader, Dale Grable. He runs better in the pack, I've noticed. Jonathan Taylor does. I think his truck setup is really good for running in a lot of traffic and in the draft. And unlike Dale Grable, his runs better out in clean air.
Yeah, that's what open setups will give you. You can kind of tweak that up to your liking, I guess, or maybe if you don't know enough, you just can't get that extra that Dale's getting.
William Keogh definitely working over the back bumper of Mark Maffitt. Just being relentless right on his tail. Mark Maffitt trying to keep it down low into the turns to maintain that position. Does bring it out to the wall, so Mark Maffitt really laying down some good laps here. He turned it almost as fast a lap as his fastest lap of the race, so you can tell what new tires out here do for you.
Yes, sir.
Looks like I have to say David. No, I'm sorry, I apologize. It looks like Jonathan Taylor may have he's had the fastest lap of the race so far. William Keogh taking a look on the inside of Mark Maffitt. Not quite there yet, and not being able to hold on to that position, but boy, he's making a run coming into the turn. And it looks like William Keogh just making a move on him and gonna get by him. William Keogh and Mark Maffitt going door to door, and it looks like Keogh does prevail on that. Going into turn one, he does complete the pass, puts Mark Maffitt back to third.
Looks like we're getting the truck spread out a little bit, so this ought to make for a nice green flag run maybe to the finish.
Yeah, I believe everybody can make it from here. I think some of the guys that did stay out for track position, this kind of has came into their favor a little bit with these cautions. That they should be able to make it the rest of the way on fuel. So fuel should be out the window now. You shouldn't have to worry about fuel. It's just managing your tires, hitting your lines, making sure you keep the fenders intact. Don't hit that wall to slow you up, lose momentum. Somebody gets by you. Try to maintain the position that you got. So a great job by these guys out here running a good race. I'm very proud of all of them.
And Jonathan Taylor in the 9 truck just slipped inside of Mikey Earnhardt for the number 6 position.
He is coming. He's getting that thing wound up. The thing about Jonathan, I've noticed he is really good on the long run, so this could play right into his hand here. If this thing stays green the rest of the way, he may be up there challenging for the lead before this thing's over.
Mikey Earnhardt's looking inside, but it doesn't look like he's going to get the run on him this time. Mikey Earnhardt's, I don't know if that's the way he's driving or what, but it sure does look his truck's not wanting to stay down on the track.
Might be struggling with a tight condition. But in respect to that, though, he is catching a lot of wind turbulence off of Dave Miranda right ahead of him. That could be affecting his performance a little bit, and it could be pushing him in the turns. It looks like he does have a run on Dave Miranda, though, on the outside now. Let's see if going into the turn here, if Dave Miranda can hold him off.
Boy, Rudy, you can sure hear him working that throttle to get the curve.
Oh, yeah. You just got to keep feathering it and feathering it. Right on the edge and just losing it. Dave Miranda's still holding on to that position ahead of him, though. But this is pretty much the battle of the race right now.
Mikey Earnhardt's trying to put the issue on the inside.
Mark Maffitt way off the pace. David Adamson going way down on the low line. And Mark Maffitt getting back up beside him. So Mark Brown up to third. Wow, look at this. Mark Brown in the third spot. Did manage to get by these guys. Mark Maffitt maybe
looks like Mikey Earnhardt is inside of Dave Miranda right now. And it looks like he might get by him this time.
Looks like, yes, sir.
And he does complete the pass.
But Miranda tries the old crossover maneuver on him, but I don't know if that's going to work. We're going to have to see coming down the backstretch here going into turn 3 if that crossover maneuver is going to work for Miranda or not. He did have a run on him. They almost touched going into the turn. Mikey going way up high. And that left the door open there because Tor Hellebo comes right in that position also. He's getting into the mix of it. So we've got a great battle going on back here, and that's for, I believe that's 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th.
Yep.
Good battle going on here between all these guys. David Whiteside into the mix of it there. Good to see him back up there battling. He's running into 10th place right now, but battling with these guys. And he's definitely.
Yeah, he's got to get by this.
You got to watch out.
Got to get by that lap traffic.
All right, let's get back up. William Keogh now in second, doing a great job trying to reel Dale Grable in, but I just don't know. Dale Grable is like checked out on the field. And here we are, 17 laps to go, folks. And a lot of good racing going on. They know it's coming down to the time. And you've got to start making it count now. Mark Maffett on the inside of Mark Brown, and does complete that pass on Mark Brown. Mark Maffett moving into third. These guys here running about 3 seconds behind our leader, though. Good battles going on everywhere around the track right now because everybody wants that, get that one extra position.
Yeah, Mikey Earnhardt, Dave Miranda, and David Whiteside, Mikey Earnhardt's just checking out just a little bit, but Dave Miranda and David Whiteside were actually touching nose to tail there just a few minutes ago, and they kind of had to separate a little.
All right, take a ride back here with Christopher Perryman back here all by himself, running about 37.5 seconds behind this lead pack. So, with a pretty tore up truck, but still running in 14th. Sounds like he is really having to lift a lot in the turns. And he's keeping it way down low, knowing the leader, Dale Grable's coming up behind him. So let's take a ride along here and watch from his perspective. Looking back to Dale Grable, Dale is closing on him pretty quick. He's only about half a turn away from him.
And David Whiteside just dipped inside of Dave Miranda to pick up another position there, so he is now in the 8th position.
So David Whiteside closing up, gaining positions as we speak. Good job by him.
And I think he wants Mikey Earnhardt pretty bad.
Jonathan Taylor now into 3rd as he cleared David Adamson. So Jonathan Taylor really showing some muscle now. Nose is coming down to it. I don't know if he's got enough to get up here and challenge for the lead, but boy, it'll take a lot for him to get up here and challenge with these guys up in the front. Just don't know if that's going to happen.
Yeah, that'll take somebody to quit some side by side, and maybe suck up on someone's bumper and try to work together to move.
William Keogh goes by. Let's see. I don't know how that was. I guess that was right. William Keogh up here in the front, and he's still chasing our leader. 2.1 seconds back behind our leader. Boy, he is really struggling with a tight truck right now. I think really tight coming off of turn 4. I think pushes up the hill like crazy.
John Denny is trying to get around David Whiteside on the outside. He's tried her a couple times. Well, that time he didn't pull up like he did before. So he's going to tuck her back in. Move back up. Here we go. He's right on the back of David Whiteside. He'll probably try her again here.
Coming down the backstretch, yeah, and I believe he may have a good run here. David Whiteside might be able to hold on to it going into the turn here. He drives it in kind of hard. Holds on to the position so far, but boy, John Denny is very strong on the outside.
Now they're coming up on the lap trucker of Christopher Perryman, but he's doing a good job. Just move over and let him go by.
Absolutely, that's what you got to do here. That's respectful driving. He's learned that from racing with us, I think, and you just got to do that. You got to be respectful out there.
Yep. Yep, you sure do.
All right, so David Whiteside is still hanging on to 8th place. Good job by him. Well, let's get up here. Jonathan Taylor, I'm kind of watching him to see if he's going to have anything to get up here and get by William Keogh. Boy, he is reeling them in pretty quick. That would be for the second position if he can get by William Keogh, but I don't know. William Keogh's pretty strong up there.
Looks like David Whiteside's going to look inside of Mike Earnhardt, and he's going to take that number 7 position from him quite easily.
Wow, yeah, that was pretty good. Whiteside moving into 7th. Good job. I want to stay up here on Jonathan Taylor, though, because he is really trying to close in on William Keogh there. 10 laps to go right now, coming to 9 to go when he crossed the line. And I don't know if there's enough time for him to reel in Keogh or not, as Keogh slips up. Mark Maffitt now on the inside of Mark Brown. Mark Maffitt trying to capitalize on that. One more position on the board. He has to keep it low coming off the turn because they were side by side, so Mark Maffitt can't do that right now, but it looks like he's still trying to work underneath Mark Brown.
John Denny just dipped side of Mike Earnhardt to pick up the 8th position.
So Mikey Earnhardt going back quick.
He must have some hooked up tires there, Rudy. He drove her pretty hard to try to keep those guys behind. I'll bet you his tires are a little hot.
That could be. He might maybe be letting them cool down a little bit, maybe try to pick up a position or 2 here toward the end. But coming to the stripe, they're going to have 7 to go this time by. Coming down to the end. William Keogh still in 2nd, 3.2 seconds behind Dale Gravel. And Jonathan Taylor is just driving the wheels off that thing. And I just don't think he's going to be able to get up there and do anything with William Keogh. We'll ride along here with Jonathan Taylor. They're going to be coming to 6 to go, so we're going to watch this because, boy, I'm going to tell you, he is coming. I don't know if Keogh's starting, his tires are falling off or what, but I think Jonathan Taylor may be picking up on him just a little bit here and there. Oh, and caution is out. No! Is this going to finish under caution? Well, let's go back and take a look here. Oh, it looks like tore Hellebo into the fence. So let's go back and see what happened to Tor. Philip Carsley coming up on his back bumper here. May have had a little help into that, I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, Philip Carsley tagged him in the rear. It looked like Philip might have just drove that in just a little bit too hard. And those two getting into the outside wall. So Tor not coming out of that very well. He is back out running, but a lot of damage on that truck. So we're definitely not going to see anybody come down pit road unless, you know, for the ones that are got damage, of course. But I'm not sure if we're going to get back to green flag racing or not. We may get a one-lap shootout out of this.
That'd be pretty interesting.
Yeah, that would be my guess, a one-lap shootout. Boy, and you're going to see everybody put it all out on the line for that. Oh, man, I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see a couple more wrecks on the track before they finish this, if they do get a one-lap shootout. because they're going to be battling for every position that they can get. So let's go back through the field here. Dale acting like he's going to come down pit road, but yeah, that's a fake. I didn't think so. Good try, Dale. Let's go back through. After they cross the line, we'll make sure that the lineup is correct here. All right, so Dale Gravel in first, William Keogh second, Jonathan Taylor third, David Adamson restarting fourth, Mark Brown fifth, Mark Maffett sixth, David Whiteside seventh, John Denny eighth, Joe Hernandez ninth, Rod Ronimus up in 10th, finally getting that thing back up into the mix of this stuff. I'm sure he's tickled to death about that. Looks like Mikey Earnhardt, looks like he did stop. He stopped on pit road. Might not be a bad call if they get one to go. He might be able to pick up a couple more positions with those fresh tires. Dave Miranda just coming off pit road in 12th. Torf got his truck fixed up here and is back out running in 13th. Christopher Perryman 14th. And that truck still tore all to pieces. Eric Wortley 15th. Philip Carsley still on pit road, and Salicardi back out here running 3 laps down in the 17th position. So let's get back up here to our leader. We're going to kind of keep a close eye on this because I think they are going to have a 1-lap shootout. I think that's what it's going to come down to. I don't think it's going to be a 2-lap. It might be, but I think it's going to be a 1-lap.
I think you're right. I think it would probably just be a 1-lapper.
We'll have to see here if the lights go off on the pace car, which, no, they do not. They're still flashing, so they'll go around one more time. Then they'll double up, and it'll be a 1-lap shootout here. This is going to get wild, crazy. Oh, brother. This is far from over to decide this thing here, folks, so don't go anywhere. Christopher Perryman getting away by. Let's see, that'll put him back on the lead lap.
Yep, sure will.
He'll be, I think, at the tail end of the lead lap, but at least back on the lead lap. Looks like Philip Carsley has retired. I believe he's taking his truck behind pit wall, so finishing, it looks like he'll be finishing in about the 16th. Well, probably he'll be finishing last. I'm not sure, but I would say he's going to, because Salicardi's bak out there running yet, and he'll probably be passing him here before the end of this.
Yep.
Well, not what Dale Gravel wanted to see on this caution, because he had such a lead on it. He just wanted it to go green the rest of the way and win this thing by a landslide. But, well, it is what it is. You can't take back a caution. Let's take a look here. This is caution number 5, but we've almost completed 120 laps, so I call that a pretty good race with only 5 cautions.
I agree with that. That's really good.
You know, especially this being a new track, guys. I know they put a lot of seat time on this track in the last week or so here, but it's a tough little track.
Well, the lights are off on the pace car and they're doubling up.
Yeah, Christopher Perryman just coming off the pit road. Looked like he stopped and got some fresh tires on that truck, so maybe out here, maybe to try to pick up another position or two. And yes, Salicardi did move into the 16th, so that'll put Philip Carsley dead last on the field. So too bad for Philip. Philip's a good racer. I hate to see that, you know, with him, but All right, well, we're going to finish this thing out with a one-lap shootout here. Dale Gravel leading them around. William Keogh going to be restarting on the outside. Let's see if Keogh's got anything for Gravel on this restart. Gravel's so strong on these restarts, Steve. He just shoots out of there like being shot out of a cannon.
Yep, William Kehoe better pull himself right up on top of that steering wheel and have his tiptoe right on that throttle. Because Dale Gravel's got a hole shot like no one else.
That's right. He sure does. He'd be good at drag racing, wouldn't he?
He sure would. It takes quite a bit. He must have that baby in first gear. It just does a poke and then a quick shift.
Yeah, he does. If you watch him, he just probably don't go 30 feet and he's already in second gear. All right, pace car's off. And
well, the pace car's in.
Call it down, Steve.
Okay, they're tightening up here. There's the green flag.
All right, they got one lap to decide this. And boy, it's going to be a tough one. The white flag flies.
Look, Dale Gravel puts that hole shot on everybody.
Jonathan Taylor coming up on the inside. I don't know if there's enough time. He's not as good on the short run as Dale Gravel, but he's better on the long run. But he's got these are older tires. Uh-oh, we've got some off the pace here.
That's it.
Jonathan got enough to get by him. Coming out of turn 4. Not going to do it. Dale Gravel's going to win it here today. Good job by Dale Gravel. Congratulations to him. I thought I had the track in there, but I guess it's not right. That's supposed to be Auto Club, California. But Dale Gravel went into here today anyhow. I thought I had that in there. Must not be right. Let's go back to the board. All right, so good job by these guys. Dale Gravel winning in here today, 120 laps. Had a one-lap shootout at the end. Very exciting finish. A couple of them got tangled up there at the end, but not a bad finish at all. So we're going to see Dale Gravel come around here. And if you would, Steve, let me know when I can open up a mic here. Let me know when they're done talking.
Okay. The leader's doing a couple of his donuts there.
Nobody's talking?
Nope, I think Lee just stopped talking, so I think you could go ahead and have at it, Rudy.
Dale Gravel, this is Rudy Cummings in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do, Rudy.
Well, Dale, I'm sure you didn't want to see that last caution come out and tighten the field up because you had such a huge lead, but congratulations on your win today. And was you getting a little bit worried about Jonathan coming up on the inside of you there, trying to steal this win away from you?
Yeah, I had that big lead right there, and I said, oh, God, just as soon as it came out, man, I needed to go around the track one more time, and it wouldn't have been a green-white checkered right there. And plus, Jonathan has a heck of a truck, but my truck is just a little bit better on the longer runs than his.
Well, I was kind of watching it. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I kind of was thinking that his truck was a little better on the longer runs than yours. Yours was good on the short run, but it seemed like after about 20 laps, his truck just come alive. But I'm not disagreeing with you. You know better than me. But great run out there today, Dale. Tell us a bit about your race today, because you had definitely had the dominant truck out there, one that everybody was chasing after pretty much most of the day. You did get mired back in the field and got it back up into the point. So, but tell us a little bit about it.
Oh, this race right here, it was nothing but physical right here. I mean, whoever had the best setup and who was there the most physical on this track is just where they can take it to the end and win it. And me and Jonathan, we was moving pretty good right there. And plus, Jonathan, he was an awesome racer. Never had a problem with him. All race long, he was awesome. And also, I'd like to thank Money to Burn Motorsports. This is their first victory right here.
All right, well, good job out there today, Dale. Congratulations again on your win. And you want to say hello to anybody out there that might be watching, friends or family?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Lee for all this right here and Dirty South Racing, Money to Burn Motorsports. Congratulating them on their first win. I'm glad I helped them win a race. And also my cousin Russell. He's the one that's sponsoring me. He deserves it.
Okay, Dale. Well, thanks a lot. And again, congratulations. Good job out there today. Jonathan Taylor, this is Rudy Cummings in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Jonathan, we watched you pretty much the whole race. You led 27 laps, not enough to lead the most laps, but you know, what did you tell us about that last lap there? Because you come on out of nowhere and just like powered it underneath William Keogh, and if it would have had one more lap, you think you could have got by Dale?
Well, maybe. It's pretty tough to pass at this track, though. The cars are pretty equal, so yeah. But yeah, I give Dale a lot of respect. He's a great driver, and yeah, I had to come back from the back. Got involved in that wreck, and I didn't think I was going to make it back up there, and I thought I was going to get a third place finish until that caution came out. But
well, great race, and congratulations coming home second spot today. You looked very strong on the long runs, Jonathan. We noticed at the beginning of the race there, that long green flag run where trucks were falling off. You were just really strong. Was your setup really that good on long runs?
oh yeah, it was pretty good on long runs. I was watching my lap times, and they were all staying around 41.9. They were never dropping off. So yeah, my truck tires held up well, and it never got tight on me.
Well, it looked very good. It looked like a great setup to have out there. So, you know, again, congratulations, Jonathan. That was one heck of a great run. You know, 5 cautions today for 120 laps is really not that bad of a race. I mean, that was absolutely amazing, really. I think it was a very good run race. A lot of respect out on the track. Yeah, a couple slip-ups, but on a track like this, a slip-up is kind of what you expect, you know. But great job out there today, buddy. Congratulations.
Thanks, Rudy.
All right, Steve, you want to get third there? David Adamson?
Yeah, sure thing, Rudy. David Adamson. This is Steve Hurst up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Stevie 10-4.
Good job on bringing home a third place win there. Looked like you moved up pretty good, and why don't you tell us about your race?
Well, she ran pretty good at first. The longer run she went, the better she ran. She got a little better after her start, but right off the start it was pretty loose, so it was really bad at start. But after 20 laps, it really started to come back in. I got to thank Lee Riggs for the setup, really good setup. I got to thank Dirty South Motor Racing, MaxTV. Thanks everybody.
All right, David Adamson, and nobody else you want to say hello to or anything like that?
I just want to thank all my racing buddies for a good race tonight. Very good racing tonight. Very good.
All righty, David. Well, congratulations again on your third place win.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, everybody.
Channel switched.
All right, good job, Steve. Again, we wanted to thank our winner here, but let's run over the results real quick here before we close out this broadcast. Dale Grayville, of course, our winner. Jonathan Taylor on that last little pass there. I believe that was William Keogh that he passed, and I will have to see where William wound up finishing. But anyhow, David Adamson finishing third, Mark Maffett fourth, David Whiteside fifth, Mikey Earnhardt finishing sixth, Dave Miranda seventh, Tor Hellebo in eighth, Rod Ronimus in ninth, Joe Hernandez 10th, Christopher Perryman pulling out an 11th place finish with that tore up truck, John Denny 12th, Mark Brown 13th, William Keogh 14th, and I think those were the two that got tangled up there right at the end, Steve. Mark Brown and William Keogh, and they wound up finishing 13th and 14th. So, but still a great run by them guys. They showed a lot of muscle up in the front. Eric Wortley finishing 15th, 1 lap down. Sal Accardi 16th, 3 laps down, and Philip Carsley in 17th, 5 laps down. So, but that'll do it for the race here tonight. Steve, you want to sum up this race and tell the viewers about what you feel, how you feel this race went?
I think the race was remarkable. I'm really surprised that we only had the few yellow flags that we had, and lots of good, exciting races there. Really wasn't, the cars got kind of spread out on that one super long green flag run, and even then we still managed to work ourselves up and down the field there and find some people making some passes. I really enjoyed watching the race and really respect all these drivers. I think on this track that they all drove a very, very good race.
I agree. I couldn't agree more. I mean, it was just an absolute amazing race. These guys really showed what all this practice all week long that they put into this, what it does for you. The seat time is very important. Learning these tracks and learning the trucks, the setups, making your own setups, and learning how to run it on these tracks. So, but great job by these guys. I just kind of wanted to remind the viewers, next week they're going to be running the late models on Charlotte, and should be a very exciting race. And then the week after that, it will get back to the fan vote. So make sure you head on over to the DirtySouthRacing.com and vote for what you'd like to see these guys race. And the week after next, they will be getting back to the fan vote. But join them next week on Charlotte with the late models. Until then, we'll be seeing you here in a little bit with another broadcast.